Where'd you learn how to butcher a rabbit?
My father. Hunting when I was young, you know, he took me hunting when I was, you know, could walk. And of course, I couldn't carry the gun because, you know, I wasn't old enough and didn't have my license and all that stuff, safety, but we would go hunting and I'd want to shoot his gun and there'd be a squirrel nest in the tree and he'd help me steady it up so I could shoot a squirrel nest, and squirrels would come jumping out of it and then they would shoot them and they took off running. And so, yep, just growing up, everything we hunted. And of course, as a kid, I wanted them all to be my pet. So I felt bad, and I was bad about it. And my dad would be, you know, mad at me for feeling bad for the animal. And so I try not, you know, I butcher animals in front of my kids. I just don't butcher rabbits in front of my kids. I'm Scott Visosky, and I bought this farm about 10 years ago, and I work full-time, and I play around this place to keep me busy. So on the farm I do gardening, which is what I started with, is just gardening, and I grow about everything you can think of: salads, lettuces, and tomatoes, and everything you can think of that a person would farm in a garden. That's what I grow. I have this greenhouse that's behind me that is my first year growing in the greenhouse, and it's more of an experiment this year, but I've got a ton of stuff growing in there right now. It's doing really well, so I can't eat all the salad that I've got growing in there right now. We've got some goats and some chickens that we get eggs from the chickens, and right now the goats are fairly new, but the idea is to milk the goats once we have some babies, and then hopefully we can sell or trade some goats for some other items that, you know, might come in handy. And then around the greenhouse, we've also got some rabbits that we raise and eat. Mainly got them for the fertilizer, but then we also go ahead and raise some to eat. Yeah, I tell you what, growing up as a kid, I butchered a lot of rabbits and pheasants and quail and stuff like that, dove. My first deer, I was probably 12 or 14. That was a trip. I've been feeding mine a little too much. They got a little bit more fat than you'd normally want for the rabbit, but that's it. You can take and quarter it like you would a chicken, cut the back straps out. I'm gonna leave it whole, cook it whole. I'm gonna cut the legs off here in a minute. I gotta turn it back around, but that's a good ending segment right there. And then we also have some bees that I'm raising, hoping to get some honey, and I'm hoping to get a lot more bees going out here. This is called an inner cover. Helps keep it dry. Gotta keep the smoker going, or so the smoke just kind of helps break up their communication. And right here is all capped honey. It's honey that they put cappings on to keep it from leaking out. And they're working on the bottom. Oh, and this thing's probably 150 pounds. So I'm always careful because I don't want to kill any. So when I'm putting my hand in here, I'm just trying to be careful not to kill any. Now this frame probably weighs 10 pounds. When I had that queen, when I had to introduce the new queen, I had to take and dump the hive completely out over there. And they were flying all over the place, but nobody got stung. I had the kids down here with me. Been here about 10 years. I've got 2 children that love being able to eat the fruit and vegetables fresh out of the garden. They usually don't make it into the table for us to actually cook when they're out here helping me, but it gives them a little bit of responsibility. And the oldest one is 10 and he helps take care of the animals and feeds them, and the youngest one is 4 and he likes doing everything. Anything that we let him do, he's all about it. So they have a good time. You know, the reason we, besides staying busy on the farm, it's really about, you know, teaching your kids how to live in life and teach them responsibility and, you know, eat healthy.